Today I'm sharing how to store bananas the correct way. Now this is some secret that nobody wants to tell you, but it's really important so you don't end up wasting your bananas with them all going bad too fast at the same time. Hey, Catherine here from greenthickies.com, and I help busy people to reach their ideal body weight in the most nutritionally sound way imaginable while avoiding hunger by making and eating fast, healthy, delicious food on the go. After having a baby, I had piled on 5 dress sizes and I was no longer able to follow time-consuming diets as I literally had no spare time or energy. This is what led me to inventing the Green Thickie recipe, which is a complete meal green smoothie that provides all of your nutritional needs. When you drink this for breakfast, and potentially also for lunch, you will satisfy your sweet tooth, reduce cravings and eliminate hunger while dramatically increasing your energy levels. By drinking Green Thickies, I quickly dropped the weight and had enough energy to enjoy looking after my baby. I've also helped thousands of people turn over a new leaf and reach their ideal weight in the healthiest way possible by making this simple change in their diet. Best of all, it's long lasting. I've been drinking Green Thickies every day for over 7 years now and I feel better than ever. If you want to get started by making your first Green Thickie recipe, you can get my free recipe card at greenthickies.com/basic or click the link below. All of my recipes are made using easy to find ingredients that you can get locally. Now that we've been introduced, let's get to the content. You may not have problems with bananas if you only buy one banana at a time, but if you buy multiple bunches of bananas or even multiple boxes of bananas like I do, then you can have a big problem when it comes to storing your bananas if you don't follow these steps that I'm about to give you. If you buy lots of bananas at once, a problem you may have is that they all ripen at exactly the same time and far too quickly, leaving you with more ripe bananas than you can eat. And the result is most of them go bad, you've wasted all your money, and you have nothing healthy to eat anymore. In a second, I'm going to be giving you my secret storage tips for bananas, and I hope it will help you to change the way in which you store bananas forever. So here is my simple guide showing you how to store bananas properly. Before you buy the bananas, bear in mind: 1. When you're buying bananas, try and buy batches that are at different stages of ripeness, some green and some yellow, and if you're lucky, some that have brown spots so you can eat them straight away. But most stores won't sell them like this. You might find them reduced in price though. If you see ripe bananas but can't eat them straight away, you can always freeze them and make ice cream out of them. See my other video called 10-second banana ice cream recipe using only bananas. It is better if you can go shopping more than once a week, but if you can't, find bananas of different colour. Decide how quickly you want your bananas to ripen. 2. When you get home, the first thing you want to do is separate the bunches into different rooms. Some bananas should go in colder rooms and others should go in warmer rooms. This is because heat makes bananas ripen more quickly, so you want your bananas to all ripen at different times. Storing them in different ways will help them ripen at different rates. Bananas should be stored out of the fridge until they are ripe. Decide where to store the rest of your fruit. 3. When the bananas are in the room of your choice, the next thing to do is decide if they should be stored next to other ripe fruit or not. If you place unripe bananas next to other fruit, such as ripe bananas, they will ripen much quicker. So the bananas you placed in the warmer room would probably be a good place to store other fruit. But you'll have to determine the speed in which you want the other fruit to ripen too. If you want to slow down the ripening process, store your bananas like this. 4. Now you've decided the banana location and the other fruit in the same location. Next, you want to separate the bananas in the coldest room from each other. So you only have single bananas, not a bunch that is joined together. This is because bananas ripen more quickly when they are joined together in a bunch. 5. Next, you want to wrap the stems of the single bananas in the cold room with plastic wrap. This prevents them from ripening even longer. 6. If you want to go the extra mile slowing down the ripening of the bananas in the cold room, you can also place the bananas in a preserving box or bag. This controls the release of the ethylene gas and stops the bananas ripening too quickly. If you want to speed up the ripening process, store your bananas like this. 7. However, if you want to speed up the ripening of the bananas in the warm room, in addition to keeping them in bunches and putting them next to other ripe fruit, you can also place them in a paper or plastic bag to speed up the ripening even more. If you want to preserve overripe bananas, store them like this. 8. If your bananas are already too ripe, you can store your bananas in the fridge. The skins will go black, but the bananas won't ripen very quickly inside. 9. Another thing you can do with overripe bananas is to freeze them for smoothies and ice cream. See my banana for instructions on making 10-second banana ice cream recipe using only bananas. To store your bananas in the freezer, you can either break them into chunks and place on a non-stick sheet. When they're frozen, transfer them to a Ziploc bag. Or you can freeze the bananas whole or even with the skins on. You won't need a non-stick sheet if you're freezing unpeeled bananas. Simply place them in the freezer where they are. The main thing to bear in mind is that you won't be able to peel the bananas when they are frozen, so you'll have to leave them out of the freezer for a few hours to defrost or even run them under hot water to speed up the defrosting process. If you've already peeled your bananas and want to keep them, do this. 10. If you've already peeled your bananas and still want to store it, dip it in lemon juice or lemon water or other citrus juice which will preserve it for longer. Get organised. 11. Another tip is to check the weather forecast for the next week. If you get consistent temperatures in your house, you won't have a problem, but suddenly if the temperature drops from very hot to very cold or the other way round, your bananas will ripen at a very different rate to what you are used to. This might influence how many bananas you buy at once if you predict that they're going to ripen too fast for you to eat them. You might need to start shopping more often. 12. Try to decide how many bananas you want to eat each week and plan your shopping trips accordingly, so you always have enough ripe bananas when you want them. It takes a little time, but soon you'll get used to how quickly bananas ripen in your own home. 13. The perfect temperature for ripening bananas is 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. So check your house heating is at an optimal temperature. A fridge is too cold for ripening bananas. Equipment needed to store bananas. 14. I don't recommend using a fruit bowl to store bananas in unless you want to buy a small amount of fruit and mainly use it for decoration. Instead of a bowl, you can use a banana tree, also known as a banana hanger, to store your bananas. This allows the air to circulate, which prevents bruising as the bananas aren't touching any surface. It looks like this. Of course, when you have as many bananas as I do, it can get a little costly to buy so many of these, but perhaps one day I'll make the investment. I don't recommend those banana hangers with a fruit bowl underneath, as the metal poles in the bowl will leave big lines and bruises across your bananas. I like this lovely wooden banana hanger. Another great invention for storing your bananas is one of these nifty little devices called a banana bungee, which is a very cool name. It's great because you can either store one bunch, many bunches, or just one banana on this little hanger. It sits under your kitchen cupboards, which is a great use of space. Click the link below to get your banana bungee. Even if you don't use any equipment, whatever you do, don't stack fruit on top of each other, like what happens in a fruit bowl. This will put too much pressure on ripe fruit, make skins burst, cause bruising and attract a million fruit flies. Wow, that's a lot of information. Information overload? No worries, I'm going to quickly summarise it all for you now. 1. Decide how many bananas you want to eat and plan your shopping trips. Check the weather forecast. 2. At home, decide how many bananas you want to ripen more quickly and how many more slowly. Check the temperature of different rooms in your house. 3. Move the bananas into different rooms. Hot for fast, cold for slow. 4. For the bananas you want to ripe quickly, store in a warm room in bunches next to other fruit or even in a paper bag. 5. For the bananas you want to ripe slowly, store in a cold room in single layers with stems covered by plastic and even in a preserving bag. 6. When the bananas are ripe, transfer them to the fridge or freezer. 7. If the bananas are peeled, preserve in citrus juice and store in the fridge. 8. Look into gadgets that can keep your bananas from bruising and save space. Please follow me on Instagram at Green Thickies. I share some great information and inspirational posts on there to help you learn more about nutrition and be inspired to take action every day. You can also find Green Thickies on Pinterest and Facebook. And don't forget, all of the full posts, including printable recipes, can be found on the website greenthickies.com. And from here, you can also check out the special offers in the Green Thickies store. Until next time, make it green, make it thick, making healthy habits stick. Lots of leafy love.